Amy, let me tell you about a magical place that is so exactly designed to be enclosed space, year-round fun for the whole family that I bet you already know what I'm going to say before I even say the name. Let's say it together on three. 1, 2, 3. Great Wolf Lodge. You got it, Amy.
My kids loved Great Wolf Lodge when we went. You probably already know that it has a huge indoor water park with a wave pool, lazy river, a bunch of massive water slides. But then your pack can hit the other attractions because wait, there's more.
Great Wolf Lodge has adventure-packed attractions like Magi Quest, a live-action game kids can play throughout the lodge, plus the Northern Lights Arcade. Spent some quality time there, so your kid who loves the lazy river and your kid who loves fantasy games will both have a great time.
Great Wolf Lodge also offers great dining options and complimentary daily events like nightly dance parties, all under one roof. Unpack the car once and you're settled in to have fun. And with 22 lodges across the country, you're always a short drive away from adventure.
We've both had such great times at Great Wolf Lodge, so bring your pack together at a lodge near you. Learn more at greatwolf.com and strengthen the pack. Welcome to Ask Margaret from What Fresh Hell, Laughing in the Face of Motherhood. Solving the parenting question of the week so you don't have to. This week's question comes from Jillian. Jillian asks, what do you do when your 2.5-year-old absolutely refuses to put a lick of dinner in her mouth night after night? After I've offered multiple items, including a fruit and starch she sometimes will eat. We've tried eating on the couch and TV, hoping the mindless eating scenario might happen since sitting at the table itself is impossible most nights. None of it has worked. At my wit's end, some sort of frustrated or surprised face emoji. I can't quite tell. Big kind of black eyes and a sad looking mouth. Jillian, I want you to get a book. I'm going to be very Amy right off the bat and recommend a book. I want you to get a book called Child of Mine, Feeding with Love and Good Sense, revised and updated edition. I like this book a lot, and it has a central tenet that I hold on to this day, and I think it's going to help you. Parent decides what to serve. Child decides what to eat. And that's the whole equation, basically. And it gets much more detailed, obviously, about how to do this. But what I want to really encourage you, and I know it may sound difficult, what to do when your 2.5-year-old absolutely refuses to put a lick of dinner in her mouth? Let her have no dinner. It's fine. She is probably not hungry for dinner. If you are offering her things that you know she has eaten before that she's fine with, she's probably not eating because she's not hungry. Be careful now, not an expert and not a doctor. So if you think there is some underlying issue about why she's not eating, you should consult your pediatrician about that. But I think it's really important to reframe this. It is not your job to get bites of food into your child's mouth. Everyone has done it. I have fallen into that thing of like, I'm going to pry your jaw open and stick a spoon in your mouth. But that's when I realize like things have gone a little off script. I would suggest what you need to do is you need to decide what the dinner culture you want to be in your house is. For me, that is all of us sitting around as a family, my husband when he can make it, his work schedule doesn't always allow it, and eating dinner together as a family. I say this for everything, for picky eating, for screens, for teenagers, for anything. Try to resist any urge to chase your children's behavior. So like my kid isn't eating in the table, I'll let her eat in front of the TV. My kid isn't doing what I want, I'll try to change the rules so that you need to bring your kid to where you want to be. Meaning you want a calm, nice dinner in the kitchen. And that is just comes through practice. So with my oldest kid, his problem was A, picky eating, and B, like complete inability to sit still at all. And so if I had decided like whatever it is to feed him, our dinners would now be like me handing him 4 slices of pizza for him to like shove in his mouth as he ran around the backyard. That's not what I want our dinner times to look like. And so what I started doing is setting up a timer in the kitchen and starting to be really clear about our kitchen rules. And so one big rule at this age, it's a lot of things when you have kids who aren't hungry, and listen, a lot of 2.5-year-olds are still having a 4:30 snack. They're not that hungry at 6:30 when they come to the table. So one thing they tend to do is throw food. So come to the table, sit down. If you throw food, the meal is over. It's fine to remind them. Remember, if we throw food, the meal is over. If they threw food again, they're done for the night. It is okay for them to go without dinner. A regularly developing kid is just testing control around food. And it's important that you decide what you want your kids' dinner time to look like and your family dinner time to look like, and bring the kid into that participation. I know it sounds really tricky. There are a ton of books to help you with this. And so I won't try to run through every option, but I strongly urge you, stop going to the TV, stop going in another room, stop trying to find a place where he or she is happy eating, and bring your child into the kitchen. They can choose to eat or not to eat. There's no more food after dinner, and throwing food ends the meal. And they will catch on pretty quickly to the new reality. And like if they want to eat, they can eat at dinner time by following the rules. And if they don't want to eat, they're going to be okay. They're not going to starve by missing dinner a couple of nights. Jillian, I hope that helps. It's a frustrating time. I will tell you, this whole thing gets a little bit better. I remember having some meals where I was like, I don't even want to have children anymore. This is so frustrating. And now with a 10, 8, and 7-year-old, by just kind of holding my ground, we have really nice family dinners every night. Everyone's kind of laughing and talking about their day, not complaining too much about the food, and it gets better. Guys, if you have questions for myself or Amy, shoot them to us on our Facebook page at What Fresh Hellcast, or send them to questions@whatfreshhellpodcast.com, and maybe Amy and I will answer one of your questions on an upcoming episode. Thanks so much.